thank God I had to eat. I didn't have a choice. But next time I'm not going to eat because my stomach is ripping up. I haven't ran to the bathroom yet, but I feel it. So I don't know what I can eat that is not causing me some kind of stomach issues the last week. Now, my daughter was desperately ill. So for all I know, I could have whatever kind of stomach bug she had. Because everything is just coming out. Like I'm having really bad diarrhea from it. Surprisingly, I'm not losing weight. Usually I lose tons of weight with this much going to the bathroom, but the scale's not budging because, you know, it's a demon. It just wants to make me mad. But why I'm thanking God is my dad wants to test drive his truck because he had tons of work done on it. So they're going to drop her off. So I don't have to pick her up until 8, which means I can leave around 7 because I got to get gas to go pick her up. Which means I have plenty of time if I'm going to have to run to the bathroom to be able to run to the bathroom. So I had IBS-DC, but mostly D. It means irritable bowel syndrome with severe diarrhea. I had it all before keto since I was like 17 years old. Extremely bad. If I ate, I was going to run to the bathroom with diarrhea within minutes of eating, and that was my whole life. I was actually malnourished, even though I was 400 and something pounds most of my life, like in the 300s and 400s, because none of my food was actually sticking inside my body. Crazy, right? How can you be fat if all your food's coming out of your body? Well, you can if you're severely insulin resistant, okay? When your blood sugars are high, and they can be high from stress, it doesn't have to be food. They can be high from being malnourished. Like anything that causes stress on your body or mental stress can cause your blood sugars to rise, right? So keto made that go away really fast too, but I've always had this issue on carnivore. I'll do horrible in the beginning for like 6 weeks, then it'll go away. Like I've never made it very long being on anything that's carnivore. It was more ketovore because I never made it this long on a carnivore diet before, ever. This is the longest I've ever gone. So ketovore means I would eat like a lot of weans, mostly just meat and fat, and once a week or so I would have a salad. I would have that issue for a while, then it would go away, then it would come back, then I'd get desperately ill with horrible GER, all within the 6 weeks, right, for 6 weeks, and then I would go off plan completely and eat crackers and breads and everything because I was so desperately ill. I'm on like day 76, I think, I'm not sure, 75, 76, somewhere on there, and I haven't even gone keto. Yes, I had one keto chow, I think, this whole entire time, and one Fairlife, which are protein drinks, which had like 6 total carbs in them. But I only had those just to try it because this is an elimination diet in the process. I can feel my stomach tearing apart right now, but that doesn't always mean I'm going to go to the bathroom. Like I said, usually when I eat enough cheese, I don't go to the bathroom, but I've been having a lot of problems this week. So we will see. I know this is a lot of information, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to give up with having stomach issues because I wasn't having them all through the beginning. Maybe I'm not cutting enough fat out. There is a huge difference though. I am not cooking my picanha. So the fat is not like disappearing in the bottom of the pan. It is still in there. And I really don't think I can process fat. I can eat butter all day long and not have bathroom issues, nothing. Y'all, everyone's got to understand, butter is basically heavy cream. All right. Except you're taking all the buttermilk part out, right? You're taking the lactose type parts out. It is basically just heavy cream. So when you say, oh, eating all that butter made me go to the bathroom or would make me stomach sick, really? Because I bet you eat that much friggin' drink that much heavy cream in your drinks. I mean, a lot of people do, not everyone. I'm just saying. It's basically the same thing, but less carbs and less running to the bathroom issues because it's less lactose, right? I just find it funny when people really think butter is part of a problem. It's not butter. It's not the nasty seed oils, right? It's real cream with some salt. But my food did make me nauseous, so I'm going to stop recording before I actually accidentally throw up on camera. I probably won't throw up, but I can feel it in my throat right now. And it's not the cheese, because 2 days ago I just ate cheese in the morning before, like, or 3 days ago, I don't know, sometime this week I was just eating some cheese only for like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. I had just eaten 2 ounces of cheese. It was a cheese stick. I was perfectly fine until I actually ate the beef. Now, I do have an allergy to red meat. Not the kind that comes with a tick bite, not the one that's going to kill me if I eat it, but it doesn't always settle because of that reason. But it's the only option I have, because chicken, I have thrown up chicken almost every time I've eaten it. Or the next day, I'm very sick to my stomach. So it might not react that day, but all my research says if I react within the first 24 hours of eating something, it is most likely due to the thing I ate the day before. And that has happened every time I've eaten chicken so far. So chicken is just not an option. We know pork is not an option for me at all. I'm allergic to most fish. Really, I have reactions to almost every single fish there is. So my only option right now is unaged beef. That is my only option. And it gets scary when your body starts rejecting it. Just saying. Okay, I'm going to be quiet for a while. Okay, so, Dina's loud as always, y'all. As always. I want to sit out here, but check. I don't know if y'all can see all the yellow. I'm going to have to take it off and blow it, like, shake it around. I think that's good enough. I'm going to have to, sitting here, I'm noticing, hold on. I honestly have no clue what I was trying to say to y'all. I'm always interrupted. I came and sat back down. It's been like 40 minutes. I can never finish a train of thought. I'm told I'm always recording. However, I seldom get to record at all. Like, you see, I don't edit stuff out of videos. So I'm lucky if I get 25 minutes out of a whole entire day of recording, because I'm interrupted 24/7. I'll sit down and start a thought, and then I have to delete it because I have no clue what I was saying. None. My porch is semi-almost done. I'm waiting for one more cover to come in. The sad thing is I really had it all pretty, and the pollen overnight destroyed it. So bad, y'all. So much pollen. Like, it's just drenched out here. I knew it was going to happen, and that's why I wasn't going to decorate until after pollen season. But guess what? Pollen season is weeks long. Like, it's a long time. It can be months. So it is what it is. But it's supposed to come in tomorrow, so maybe I'll go ahead and put them on tomorrow, and then I can finally show y'all. Like I said, it's about 90% done. I don't want to overdo it. I might already overdid it a little. I'm looking around as I'm talking to y'all. I got a new gnome that cost me $20 today, and the bird feather in the back, like, tail broke off, and I was devastated. I tried to super glue it. It did not work. The super glue just leaked right off. It was so watery. So I'm gonna have to get like Elmer's glue or something. But the super glue destroyed one of my tables because I accidentally touched it for 1 second, and I wiped it off with baby wipes and everything, and it ate the paint in seconds. I didn't know it could eat it in seconds. Like, seconds. It was a drop. Wipe it up. Too late. Already destroyed the table. Yeah, I didn't. I've never messed with super glue, so I should have put something down, but I didn't know it could destroy a table that fast. It was crazy. Crazy. Like, literally a friggin' second. So, other than my stomach feeling like I was going to be desperately ill, like, I didn't get nauseous. It just was a lot of pain. I'm fine now. It's 4:30. Did not have to run to the bathroom. I didn't think I was going to have to run to the bathroom because I ate the cheese. I notice that I don't have so much issues when I eat cheese on the food. When I don't eat cheese, I'm running to the bathroom. And I try not to eat that much cheese. This is my last block, I believe, that's in the fridge. It was 8 ounces. And I don't plan on buying more. Y'all, I will tell you that Easter, last year Easter was, what did I do for Easter last year? I don't remember, but the year before it was I think we were doing like a carnivore type challenge for Easter. Or maybe not. I don't know. I will admit that this year's Easter might be a little hard for me, because usually on Easter, I do have a carrot or two and things like that. And this year I don't even want to eat at the table with everyone. I don't want to participate in Easter at all. I have to cook the main meal. Like my mom's making all the sides, but we're having, like, if I can find it, we're having cod on the grill, which means I cannot have it. And then we were having like picanha or something, I don't know, so that I could have that. However, I can't eat the one I'm cooking them because it's going to be on the grill, which has high histamines. So I can't eat anything I am cooking for people for Easter. It makes me not want to be a part of it. I don't want to sit at a table watching everyone eat lima beans, because every Easter normally I would eat lima beans. It would be my cheat, would be 2 tablespoons of lima beans. Lima beans are my favorite thing in the world. And that is one, like, I loved lima beans, and that is one thing I always miss. And pinto beans were something. Okay, so black eyed peas, pinto beans, and lima beans. I liked that more than apple pie and stuff. Like, I loved my pinto beans. I would cook them for 4 days straight in a slow cooker, like a crock pot. They were amazing. I would cook the lima or the black eyed peas for 2 days straight with ham hock in a slow cooker. And lima beans was normally about 6-7 hours, because you do not want them mushy, in a slow cooker with ham hock. And those were staples I cooked every Easter. I'm not cooking them this year. My mom is taking care of the sides, because usually I have to taste them to see if it's salty enough. So even if I'm not eating something, I will take one tiny bite of it to see if it's salty enough. And since I can't have any of the beans this year or anything, I won't be cooking them. And like I said, I am very sad about the carrots. Y'all, I was the girl that my grandfather grew carrots, and with baby fat ones, would pull them out of the garden, rinse them off, and I would just walk around eating them all day long when I was a kid. Like, I love carrots. Love carrots. And I don't have to have a lot. 3 tiny baby petite carrots on keto was more than enough for me. Occasionally, like, especially for 4th of July, I would eat carrots. So I'm not at the point of carnivore where I'm watching all these people who say they do not miss salads, they do not miss carrots, they do not miss any kind of plant. I don't have cravings, like, oh my gosh, it's killing me not to eat it. But I wish I could just go make a salad for dinner. I wish I could just have some deli meats. Yes, carnivore people eat deli meats, some of them, depending on what kind you are. However, I'm on a low histamine version, which means no processed foods. Minimum processed. The cheese is the most processed thing I'm having right now. So yeah. This year is just hitting me hard, and don't worry, I am not going to eat any kind of plant because it'll just make me sick. So I'm not where I was before, that I would be like, oh, I don't care if I get a little sick, I'm going to eat it. Of course, carrots does not make me sick. I do not have a histamine reaction to carrots any way, shape, or form. However, it is on the no-no list, because that will lead me down to, well, let's get some butter leaf lettuce. Let's just try tomatoes again. Let's just try this. No, we're not going down the rabbit hole because that carrot will drag me down that rabbit hole. I mean, come on. You know, rabbits love carrots. But that is not a hole we want to go down. We are trying to stay as carnivore, as low histamine, as easy and non-complex as possible. Okay? At least for 6 months. I decided that today, even though I haven't even made it. It's not 3 months yet. Okay, I haven't even made it 90 days yet. And here I am already saying I'm going to go another 90 days once I hit that 90-day mark. I've already decided it. To give my body all the chance it needs to tell me whether or not carnivore will help me lose this weight and get healthy. Or does just total carb, 20 total carbs or less keto work better for me? And then, of course, after that 180 days, we will slowly, well, during that time, I will tell you, during the summer, it'll probably be July, August timeframe when my tomatoes are ready, whenever the tomatoes are ready, and peppers and stuff, I will be testing them for histamine reactions. Also because they are mine, and I want to see what my stuff tastes like that I'm growing. Okay, and I'm not saying I'm eating a whole tomato. I'm just saying you might see me do what I call a ketovore day during the summer, where I take a half or a quarter tomato, dice it up, and put it with my picanha or something like that. Just because the whole point of this is to see what I can and can't eat. Is plants really trying to kill me and I will never be able to eat them, like Dr. Chafee says, plants are trying to kill you? Or can I get away with some plants and be fine? Because I'm not anti-plants, okay? I'm not anti-anything. Vegan works for you, more power to you. Just leave me alone and let me do me. That's my thing, okay? I am not anti-anything if it works for you. Except, you know, let's don't eat cats and dogs. I'm just saying. Or horses. I know people eat horses, but I don't want to hear about it. But I'm just saying. The rest, I don't care what people do. Oh, please. So I have been thinking about doing the whole color analyzing thing that's been coming up. What's the color? Are you spring, summer, or fall? Supposedly I'm probably going to be summer or spring because I have green eyes and blonde hair. Because I do notice, I don't know. I think this color's pretty on me. But it says certain colors, if it brings out the red in you, which, you know, it's bringing out my red, then it's the wrong colors. But I will die on the hill that I look good in pink, no matter what the color analyzing thing says, and that I look good in a bright red. You will never convince me otherwise, no matter what the circle wheel says. You just won't. You won't. But I think I'm going to do that today and just see. Y'all, I've spent 45 minutes trying to find my stupid coffee cup because Dino never lets me finish a thought or think. It's ridiculous. Do y'all have people in your life like that and they just make you want to run away forever and be in a silent mountain house where no one can ever talk to you again and you never have to do anything for anyone and everything's completely quiet and you just have to take care of yourself for the rest of your life? I'm so exhausted. I'm mentally exhausted from everyone in my life. I found my coffee cup in the yard because I'm mentally exhausted. There is no me day. I went to take a day, right? My child is not a kid anymore. I should be allowed to have a me day. Okay? After 18 years, I deserve a friggin' me day. So, I can't have one. It doesn't exist. Someone wants to go somewhere. Someone wants to do something. I can't have, oh, it's my day off. I'm not going anywhere or doing anything. No. Sadly, that does not exist for me. Alright, I didn't want to post it on TikTok. I was just using the film on it to analyze color. And it wouldn't let me screenshot it. I tried a million times, so I couldn't put it in here. So, it was weird because no matter what, I think I'm sunburned because no matter what, this was all red. The definitely a spring, but there were some colors that just look better on the autumn version and the winter version. It was really weird that I wasn't just one, in my opinion. And that's why sometimes I just don't believe in it, because it says I shouldn't be wearing some of the colors that I get all y'all saying, oh my gosh, it looks so pretty, especially the red. That is not on there for me to be wearing. And that is a hill everyone has always said that, like, I will die on that hill, because everyone gives me the best compliments when I wear pink or red. Period. So I think I can be wrong. I have a complaint to the fashion world. I bought some leggings, 9 leggings, like capris from Sam's. I showed y'all, I think it's by Gap. I'm not really sure. Pink ones, right? Totally loved them to death. They fit me amazing. I went and ordered a bunch of them of the same color, pink. I got some of their other colors. Do you know none of them will go over my knees? Same as that size. None will go over my knees. But 3 weeks ago when I bought them, the extra large went over my knees with no problem. And I can wear that one, right? Now I compared that extra large to the extra large shorts I'm wearing right now, and they are the same size. The other extra large they sent me was closer to my friggin' medium clothes, y'all. So, I've been buying a lot of clothes lately because I need some. Some extra larges. None of them fit. None of the shorts will come on me. But my clothes from a year ago, extra large, fit fine. They don't even measure up, and they're the same brand. What has happened? Did they shrink all our clothes to make us feel even fatter than we are? Because I feel fat enough without you shrinking my clothes. I'm just saying. And I can put them end to end, and they are definitely inches apart. Like, what on earth? Alright, so last night was one of the roughest nights I've had since October. When I had this night in October, it continued. It did not stop the next morning. It just continued nonstop. It's when I went off keto and just ate plain salted baked potatoes and crackers and bread and chicken broth for months. That was basically my menu because I was so desperately ill and it just would not stop. Last night, out of the blue, I was laying in bed and y'all saw how early I ate. And I don't know if it's the smoked salt, so I'm going to stop using the smoked salt for a while. Or if it was because it really was too much fat, I should have cut more fat off. And I'm not eating the leftovers of it at all now. I'm terrified. I'm actually terrified to eat picanha right this minute. Because it was so horrifying. 10 something, the heartburn started. Then I was like, okay, I can deal with this. Then it's like someone lit a match in my stomach. It got way, way worse. Then the volcano happened. Then it's coming out my nose. I was throwing up on the toilet with a bucket because it was coming out the other end for hours and hours and hours last night. I nonstop couldn't breathe, couldn't talk. I don't know where it all came from. It was insane. I don't eat. Like, I really don't eat like most people. Like, yesterday I had, 7 ounces? Like, and coffees. That's it. Like, where did it all come from? And then once I finally could just stand up and throw up, I thought I was dying. I thought I was having appendicitis. I called my mom freaking out. I screamed for Dino because I had never experienced in my life what happened. I had the worst, horriblest pain in the front of my abdomen that went all the way to my back. It was excruciating and was not stopping. It was a muscle cramp. I have never, ever experienced a muscle cramp in my stomach And I have thrown up all my life. So I thought I had like appendicitis because I never felt pain there before like that. You know, I have IBS, so I feel pain from my intestines. I have I forgot what it's called, but some other intestine thing. So I know intestine pain, but this was not intestine pain. This was the worst cramp I have ever had in my life. And I'm not talking about, oh, I'm having a baby cramp, or oh, I'm having a period cramp. I'm talking about a friggin' muscle that cramped all the way up, pulling to my back. Because those are totally different pains. And this was the weirdest, horrible pain. Horrible. And it scared the crap out of me. I really thought I was having appendicitis because it didn't feel like a cramp. But you could see my stomach once I stood up because, you know, I do have loose fat and skin. So once I stood up and I wasn't bending over, you could see that was a muscle spasm. So it was awful all night long. And yes, I did try crackers. I tried saltine crackers, a handful. And don't worry, they didn't even have time to shoot my blood sugar up because I thought they had calmed my stomach down, but they didn't. They all came back out. Them and tons more stuff came back out on the next episode because I thought it was all over. And then it wasn't. So yeah. It was a very awful night. It was a night that if we had baked potatoes, I would have probably ate them because usually a baked potato will calm it down. Crackers don't always work, but baked potatoes was 9 out of 9. It would work usually. There would be occasion it didn't. But yeah, so we're starting with we're doing 2 things. Removing all the fat that is not rendered all the way, meaning cooked, crispy, where it will fall apart in your hand. And 2, removing my delicious smoked sauce right now. I know it's not the cheese at all. At all. Yes, my daughter was sick this week, but this was gushing heartburn. It also is one of the symptoms of high histamines for me. I'll be fine for weeks and weeks, and then all of a sudden my histamine levels get too high, and that is the episode I have when my histamines are too high, that or my throat swelling shut. So it could be that there was too much pollen on top of it. I don't know. All I know is it terrified me because I was like, I can't go through this again, because when it happened in October, it didn't stop. I couldn't go back to keto. I couldn't eat protein at all, like any kind of meats. A ham was all I could get away with. And I've had those episodes ever since getting the Delta version. Those episodes have been very, very common. I've had them my whole life, but they were more spread apart than, like in October, it just lasted. It lasted all the way until about the end of December, and it finally stopped, and then I went on this journey. So yeah, I had an awful, miserable night. Really badly. And I felt guilty for 1 second eating the cracker, and then I was like, I don't care if it stops it. And it did. It stopped it for like 5-6 minutes, but then it was horrifying. So the crackers, like I said, had no time to affect me. The wheat had no time to affect me. It was not inside my body long enough. Like, nope. Nope, it was bad. But okay, I should see if Dino's awake enough for me to at least get dressed. I might not even go get the chicken broth. Maybe my mom will have more. I don't know. I don't want to wake her up. He had to go last night and get it. Like I said, not my favorite night at all. And I was afraid of getting sick too because I did not cook all the fat at all yesterday. I was hungry and I ate it sooner than I normally would. So, like, I normally would cook it brown, and I did not do that. But like I said, I'm not eating my leftovers. I might just eat eggs today. I don't know. I don't have very many choices. Chicken really, really, really makes me sick. So chicken's not an option. So yeah, I'm running out of choices of food that doesn't make me sick. Like, the list is getting really tiny. I don't know. And it's the stomach sickness. It's the histamine issue, because eating this way cures all my other issues. That's the problem. Going on a special potato diet that really did help my stomach. It helped my stomach, but I gained over 50 pounds with it. So the problem is, which illness do I want? A stomach issue? Or do I want, oh, and during this time, let me check. This is going crazy on me. Also, while being sick, my blood pressure dropped to the ground, and my watch is trying to wake me up, but I am awake. So my blood pressure dropped to the ground, and my pulse was in the 160s for hours. It was horrible. Oh my gosh. My phone is about to drive me insane, my watch phone. Maybe, oh, it has an update. Oh, it's driving me nuts. Beep, beep, beep. So I will let y'all go then. I'll let y'all know if I can even stomach the coffee. I really don't. I just want something liquid and hot. The thought of drinking water really grosses me out right now. The thought of eating food makes me sick. So, I don't know. I go through these episodes. So, welcome to my daily life. I will never understand a culture who thinks food is good when you leave it on the counter all night or days, even when everything says it's not. And I've explained a billion times on my histamine issue that things need to be in the fridge immediately. It just can't sit around on the counter. Well, after my episode last night, Dino went and got me my chicken broth for my mom. He opened it up and left it on the counter, even though I said a million times put it in the fridge. And I couldn't do it because I was throwing my guts up. A million times, make sure and put it in the fridge. Don't leave it out once you open it. Immediately put it in the fridge. So now I get to go 20 minutes today to buy me more chicken broth because we're out of it. And it's the only one I can handle. And because he left it on the counter. And then he told me this morning, what are you talking about? It's still good. No, since January 6th, I've been doing a low histamine diet that I have to explain every day over and over again. And the box literally says, it is not good if you leave it out. Anyone else got someone in their life, no matter how many times you say something, they will completely ignore it or just not listen to you on every single thing in the world? You could say, hey, do the cat litter in the living room. I did all the bathroom, but the living room's really bad. And then you go to sleep to wake up to a huge mess in the living room because it wasn't done. And they're like, I checked the bathroom. I just didn't bother with the one in the living room. I live with a 2-year-old, I swear. Plus 8 2-year-old cats. No one listens to me. I'm ignored. It's like, well, I get it. Everyone's playing games or busy watching other things, or no one actually looks at me when I talk. So, of course, no one understands anything I say because no one's listening. No one ever does. I'm just a voice that no one pays attention to. Can be very frustrating. Very frustrating. But yeah. That's how I'm feeling this morning. Really sad because that's what I wanted this morning instead of my coffee. I wanted my chicken broth and I can't have it now. So I'm gonna try coffee and see what happens. I am extremely thirsty. I know I'm dehydrated. Yeah, I got on the scale just for giggles because yesterday I got on the scale and it made me mad because it said 230. I got on the scale and it's 221. That's how much I threw up and whatever yesterday. Like, that's how much was inside me. And I don't know where it's coming from. Like, I don't get it. There shouldn't have been that much in my stomach especially. But yeah, that's where my brain is today. All right, I barely drank any of my coffee. I just wasn't feeling it. I've had a shower. Mom called to check on me, so I went down and got her last thing of the chicken broth. So I'm about to start drinking that. I loaded it with salt because I am cramping everywhere. I know I lost a lot of electrolytes last night. So I guess some chicken broth you don't have to refrigerate. Others you do. This one you do. So yeah. Sometimes I don't want any comments back because then he'll get mad. But sometimes I just want to vent. I just feel like a lot of people don't listen to anything I say. They'll be like, do something total opposite. I'm like, but I just sat and explained how to do it. And they're like, oh, I didn't hear you. I don't speak quietly. So I don't know. I guess people's brains just like to not hear me. But so I'm a tiny bit queasy. Just thinking of being sick last night. I went and gave my dad my leftovers. And I could see when I opened it, there was so much gelled fat around the meat, like insane amount, that it shows me that's because I had tons of friggin' fat last night. Because I didn't have time to wait and cook it down. I thought I was going to have to be leaving soon. So this is another example. In all my sensitivity books, every time I throw up, other than when I had normal ground beef with no fat, that was because the histamines are too high in normal ground beef. All the other times has been because I have not rendered the fat out. Because that's the only way I can do it. I can eat the butter. I can get my fat from the butter. I can get fat from cheese. I can get fat from heavy cream if I wanted, because I don't have issues with any of those things. I have issue with animal fat. And I know that, and I thought I cooked it enough, but obviously I didn't, because I paid hell all night long. I've never been told I have an issue with my gallbladder. They always overlook that every single time. But I can tell you, we aren't doing that again. If I ain't got time to render all the fat out, I'm not eating it. And if they start having sirloin, like fresh sirloin, not aged, I'm going to start switching. Even though it's $1 more a pound, it's also no fat. So I'm going to, and it doesn't taste as good. Don't get me wrong, it does not taste as good. But I will be switching over to sirloin and saying goodbye to my picanha, or just picanha every once in a while, because me and the fat is not friends, which is not. Alright, just a little update. It is 5 p.m. and I haven't even gotten hungry at all today. Thank God. Because I'm way too scared to eat. I just woke up. I fell asleep a couple of hours ago. As you can tell, my voice has really gotten rough because the heartburn has come back. And hopefully I don't throw up. I can't stand up long because I tore every single muscle in my body in places I didn't know had muscles as much as I threw up last night, and how horrific my body was jerking when I was throwing up. But when I stand up, the stomach one that I ended up with a horrible muscle cramp inside my stomach, where you can literally see, it looks like there's Freddy Krueger or something in my stomach pulling my right side of my stomach all the way back to my spine. You can literally see when it cramps, you can see it pull and then back out. And it's very painful, and that keeps happening every time I stand up and walk around. And my daughter has appointments she has to go to tomorrow that we cannot get out of. My mom and them said they could try to take her, but there's no way, because they are back to back and they are rushed. Like, you have to know where you're going, because it is, we already know we're going to be late to the second appointment, and we only have 7 minutes to be late or they're going to cancel and charge us. So it is going to be rush city, but there was nothing I could do about, because both appointments had to happen. And that was the only opening, the only time for the next 3 months. So, yeah. And I'm going to be doing that without eating. I have made me a watered down coffee, just because I am out of my chicken broth. It's a small box. It only makes 2 cups, well, less than 2 cups. And I don't mean 8 ounces. I mean, whatever size my cup is. I think it's like a 16, 14 ounce, something like that. So I made 1.5 of those. So I made some watered down coffee. I took a K-cup and only did 4 ounces of the coffee, and then I filled it with 8 ounces of just hot water. So it's kind of like a very weak Americano type deal, just so I could get something in me. Water's not working by itself, so I was hoping just the taste of like a watered down coffee that's hot and warm that I could get in me. I guess I spoke too soon this morning when I said thank God the heartburn wasn't continuing, because it came back, and it came back while I was sleeping. I fell asleep just not feeling so great, and I woke up with heartburn issues. And it's just not normal heartburn. If you're new here, it's horrible GERD. It's basically a volcano in my stomach that shoots up my mouth and nose and even ears sometimes. Seriously. And it burns really bad. Really bad. And this is the time frame I got it last year too. And that is why it also falls in the line of a histamine issue. Because even though I'm not having watery eyes or coughing or anything from the pollen and changing of the season, with a histamine issue, it can display in stomach issues as GERD and all kind of nasty stuff. It's not only watery eyes, coughing, breaking out, or your throat swelling shut or wheezing. All these years, I always thought that's what it was, right? That I get if you eat shrimp and you have diarrhea instantly afterwards. That is definitely an allergic reaction, no matter what people say. That has been proven over and over again that is allergic reaction to shellfish. Or other things, especially shellfish though. So I did not realize environmental things can make you have allergic reactions to things you're not allergic to. So basically what happens is when you have mast cell activation syndrome, your cells won't shut up. They are activating. They think you're having allergic reactions all the time. Your histamine level is way too high. Your bucket is almost overfull with histamine, which means you're going to have some kind of reaction, whether it's your throat swelling shut, severe hives everywhere, horrible asthma attacks, or like me and so many others I have found out, you're on a toilet with a bucket because you're desperately ill. Your blood pressures are sinking to the ground, your pulse is through the roof, and you are shaking and covered in sweat, and everything is coming out of your body because your body needs it out of there because it's having an allergic reaction to it, only because your histamine levels are too high. And it is more likely for that to occur constantly if you're eating high histamine items or something you're already sensitive to. I have not been. So everything I was reading and watching for the months now, the environment plays a factor. So also your stress level plays a factor, and yesterday was a pretty stressful day for me. I was already exhausted, tired, and so much happened. And then also the cat was really acting weird. Freya was really sick. She threw up a lot. She wouldn't move and she wouldn't eat, and Dino was terrified and he kept scaring me. Here I am throwing up to death, and he's talking in the doorway saying how terrified and worried he is for Freya. He was afraid we were going to lose her, and I was like, I love you, I love her, but I am so sick. I can't hear this because it's also making me sicker, right? Because I have IBS-D. I mean, any kind of stressful event makes me sicker, or it can make me sick out of nowhere. But she's fine. She's fine. She woke up this morning fine. I don't know if she like jumped somewhere and got hurt, or if she was just really sick to her tummy, because the cats have been going through a little virus. They've been passing a little virus around the house. And this happens also when their food. Why can't cat food companies stop changing ingredients? Because I did not realize, even though I should have when the treats looked different, they had changed their ingredients drastically. And now the cats are dealing with being sick, because my cats can't have ingredient changes. They get sick. I have so much issues with this. There's only one hard cat food that never changes, and one formula of soft food so far that has never changed. Everything else I can't go near, even if it's cheaper, because they change their ingredients so much that my cats end up sick. They end up so sick for so long. My cats have allergies. Freya is actually allergic to actual chicken. So actual real chicken, and I don't mean whatever they've grind up in cat food and stuff. I mean, if you give her boneless, skinless chicken breast, and she will throw up for days with diarrhea. Like, she cannot have it. And I was told it's an allergy. She also licks and scratches her paws to death. But it being in the hard food, there's so little bit of it that it does not affect her. So I don't even know if we get the chicken one. It might be turkey salmon we give her. But because I know for sure that their soft food is turkey, not chicken, because of that reason. But my cats are extremely sensitive and have allergies like their mommy. Like, they just fit so well, because I am so sensitive to food, and so are they. Now, this is not a new journey in my life. This has been my whole life. My whole life, I accepted that I would throw up like this at least twice a week. My whole entire life since being a child. I would be on the toilet with a bucket, like, my whole life. And there was a period, there was about a 3-year period when I was 434 pounds, where I threw up almost every single night. And I didn't overeat. It wasn't because there was too much food in my body. I was barely eating because I knew I would throw up. I was terrified of food. During that time, I wasn't even eating 600 calories. I was eating tiny little pieces, but they were all carbs, because I was so scared of meat. Meat made me throw up all the time. Chicken made me sick. I already knew I couldn't process pork. Other than ham, I've never been able to eat pork, and then ham swells me really bad. But any other kind of pork, I get sick from. I had done okay with bacon for a long time, but that's just not a thing right now. It's not okay for me. I could never do any kind of roast, any kind of hamburgers. I would be on the ground crying. I seldom ate red meat at all because of that reason. I would do okay with turkey, but turkey only came around like once a year. You could not find turkeys here. So I didn't really eat meat. All I ate was baked potatoes, and at that time I did not know about Irish butter, and I hated all the fake butter, so I did not put butter on it. I occasionally would put a couple of tablespoons of sour cream and salt. I would eat some cheese on it. I'm just saying, like an ounce or two. I love cheese, but I'm not the person who wants 2 to 3 ounces of cheese, even back then, on something. I would eat maybe 2 slices of pizza here or there. But that was for sure. I would be throwing that up that night. I was bad about having golden grams and just slowly eating them piece by piece throughout the day instead of eating anything else, because I knew if I did that, I wouldn't throw up for the night. And at that time I had diabetes, okay? And no one told me I can cure it. They said, this is your life. And golden grams was on the list of things that I was told I could eat. So was potatoes. So I was eating what was on that list. But it was a naughty list, in my opinion. It's so sad. Because you can't cure. We won't even get into type 1 diabetes. Let's just talk about type 2. You can cure type 2 diabetes with lifestyle change. And they don't tell you that. They start you off with 500 milligrams of metformin. then 1,000, then 1,500, then 2,000, and I was up to the max dose of 3,000 because I refused to do needles, and I had reactions to all the others. So, y'all, I was on that dose until I found keto. So, gosh, let's think. That was a long time. Haley was little, probably 13 plus years ago. I know one of my older videos would say, but it was over 13 years being on it every day of that high dose. And then on and off during my keto journey of being on and off of it. And that was just because I was listening to doctors instead of having faith that I didn't need it. Because they were giving it to me for my polycystic ovary syndrome once I cured diabetes and got my A1C back down to 5.1. I was just occasionally taking it because my polycystic ovary syndromes were having issues. But in the end, I think it just destroyed my stomach even more. I was already born with a messed up stomach. Like, I had ulcers and everything as a small child. So I think just all of it on top of each other and my allergy issues has just made life hell when it comes to my stomach. But no crackers, no bread, no potato, no carb, nothing today other than my chicken broth and the fake little coffee I've made. So yeah, we are still sticking to this carnivore thing, no matter how much I'm craving a potato, which tells me my potassium might be low. However, I can't take any kind of, I have to lower my electrolytes. I've been taking too many because I take a blood pressure pills that is full potassium. So I need to not be doing so much of the electrolytes, and that could be playing a factor into some of my heartburn. I really don't remember before if I had issues, but for some reason I had stopped doing the electrolytes, and I don't know if it was that or not. And I don't know what video I didn't label a video saying, hey, this is why I stopped taking electrolytes. I should have done that so I could go back and watch it myself. Because after all these years of struggling and trying to lose weight, losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, getting ill, catching this, da-da-da, it's so much to remember. So, and too many videos to go rewatch. Thousands of videos. But anyways, I am going... Oh, so I'm watching this TikTok, and there's like this... They're all trying to sell this collagen powder. It's a trifecta collagen powder. And everyone is swearing once they've been drinking it for a while, the wrinkles start disappearing. I'm not saying it's not true. Because I started collagen like on my second year, I think, of watching like YouTubers, or first year keto, somewhere around in there. I started drinking collagen, and I looked so much older than I do now. Also, sugar makes you look older, by the way. So once you cut the sugar out, you will start looking younger really fast. And adding collagen, I was taking it for my helping your skin shrink back after weight loss, plus my hair. So it could be why I don't have wrinkles. I'm blotchy right now. That's all red because of all the throwing up. I broke all these capillaries. I broke a lot of capillaries in my stomach and chest too. It was really bad. Really bad, y'all. But anyways, I'm going to shut up because I am so bored. I'll keep rambling. But if I get up and start moving around because I loaded the dishwasher, which was a mistake, that stomach thing starts happening again. That horrible, horrible cramp. It must be in my abdominal wall or something. Oh, it's so bad. So, anyways, as I sit here, my calves are cramping, which is telling me one of my electrolytes fell off, which I'm assuming is the magnesium. However, magnesium makes me throw up, so I'm not taking it tonight. We're just skipping it for the night, because when I have heartburn like this and I take magnesium, I'm in trouble. It does not make it better. It makes it worse. And I'm allergic to like, this is the only magnesium pill I've found that I can take. I'm going to look into lotions and sprays because I can't have like milk magnesium. There's a whole bunch of stuff I can't have because I react to them. So, but I've been seeing a lot of people do the sprays on the bottom of their feet and then they put a sock back on, or lotions behind the back of their knees. And I'm kind of interested in looking at that because I would rather absorb the magnesium. And no, I don't have a bathtub, so I can't go lay in Epsom salts or anything like that. I'd rather absorb the magnesium than swallow it because it'll be better on my stomach. Okay, shutting up now because, like I said, I'm bored and I can go on.